Before we begin, I want you to listen closely. There are no visuals in this story, because what I'm about to tell you didn't happen in the world. It happened in the mind. And sometimes, the mind is far more terrifying than any monster. You see, the human brain leaves traces of everything. Every hesitation, every fleeting thought, every secret. Even the things we try to bury, they leave a mark. And tonight, we are going to follow those marks. In a quiet suburb, a woman lived alone. Her neighbors barely knew her. Routine was her armor. But one night, routine failed her. She woke to a faint tap near the back door. Her first thought, oh, it's just the wind. But the wind doesn't leave muddy footprints on the floor. The door was unlocked. Even though she knew she had locked it, her mind raced. Cognitive dissonance, when reality refuses to match perception. And yet, every instinct screamed. Something was wrong. Every shadow seemed sharper. Every creak in the floor became a shout. Even the wind sounded like footsteps. She never saw the intruder, but she felt him in the corners, in the silence, in the hesitation of her own breath. Psychological insight 1. The mind doesn't just record what happens. It predicts. It fills gaps. Sometimes it lies to you. Defensive narration, leakage, hypervigilance. These are not just terms. They are fingerprints of fear and guilt. Even innocent minds can trick themselves, but the guilty reveal themselves in the smallest slip. Last winter, a man fled the city, seeking solitude, only his dog Roscoe for company. The forest was too silent. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sent shivers down his spine. They pitched the tent, lit a fire. For a moment, peace. And then, Roscoe barked. A figure, half hidden in the dark trees, watching. The man's heart raced like a drum. Every breath, every crackle of the fire, every movement of his own hand was deafening. Psychological insight 2. Hypervigilance. Fear sharpens every sense. Even the smallest detail becomes a threat. The figure never moved aggressively, never spoke, but its presence alone was terror. Fear isn't always triggered by action. It comes from prediction, from the mind imagining what might happen. Even empty forests can become hunting grounds if the mind decides they are. Every whisper of wind, every flicker of shadow, every tiny noise feels like a warning. And your mind tells you stories of monsters, even when none exist. In Charleston, a man in a wedding suit moved through the streets, but something was wrong. He didn't look at anyone, and yet he appeared in multiple places, watching, waiting. Witnesses couldn't explain it, until you realize the mind interprets danger by patterns, and his movements broke every expected pattern. Humans seek repetition. Anything that breaks it triggers fear. Back home, another story. A man noticed subtle signs. Someone had entered his house. Muddy footprints, a chair slightly moved, windows tapped, and a photo captured a stranger in the dark, watching. The brain keeps you alert even when you feel safe. Paranoia? Maybe. Or maybe the mind is reading the traces, telling the truth we refuse to see. Imagine your own hesitation, your own pause before opening a door, your own double-checking the lock. The mind remembers everything, and the longer you ignore it, the louder it whispers. Fear is personal. It grows from what we try to hide and what we refuse to see. Every story, every small trace shows one thing: the mind never forgets. Not objects, not doors, not windows, but behavior, hesitation, subtlety. These are the markers of truth. Even when we try to hide, even when we think it's gone, it lingers in the shadows of thought. So next time you feel eyes on you or notice patterns that don't fit, remember, the mind never lies. It tells the story of who we truly are, and sometimes the story is terrifying, because monsters are not always outside. Sometimes they live in the human mind.